Hi, it's Juris and welcome to Tattoo Shop Talk, and today we will take a look at another tattoo machine by Easy Tattoo Supplies, and it's the Easy P5 touchscreen Bluetooth foot switch wireless battery tattoo pen machine, but also short version would be P5TS there. And this would be this machine right here, and I will do our usual pros, cons, and who this machine might be for. A quick disclaimer here, I got this machine sent to me, but Easy Tattoo Supplies have not seen this video beforehand. I'm not obligated to say anything good or bad, but keep in mind that we are running affiliate program with them, so you can get a discount using our links and discount codes, and we get a little kickback from that. A quick overview of this machine, it comes in at $259. Specs are nothing unusual, aircraft aluminium, stroke length 3.5 millimeters, and needle protrusion is 0 to 4.5 millimeters, 1800 milliamp battery, and the main sales point: keep breaking new ground. Easy P5TS is first digital touchscreen wireless pen machine with developing tattoo industry. Now let's start with its pros, and first of all it would be price. And with this machine you get this tattoo machine, and here in the box there's a foot switch, there's also a cable, and there's some instructions which I highly recommend to hold on to, because sometimes some things can get confusing. I'm actually more excited about this foot switch than machine itself, but I'll touch on that a bit later in the video. Apart from the price and the pedal, there's nothing that stands out that crazy. Obviously there's the screen situation, which is nice, but in my opinion it's not a deal breaker, but it has a great future potential, which I do have some ideas on. Price of it is pretty decent, considering that it includes pedal. It's $259. It's free shipping to US from $299, but buy some needles or something if you're looking at this tattoo machine. It works. It actually works how you would expect for 3.5 millimeter stroke machine in this price range, and in this price range there's a lot of pretty decent products out there. I haven't used it crazy amount of time, but I've used it a bunch of times on all these regular walking type of things, like a Pinteresty stuff, and it worked nice with like liners up to 7 liner. I haven't tried bigger. I'm sure it would work. I would probably for bigger stuff use other machines that I have, but this one did fine, as you would expect from generic-ish type 3.5 millimeter stroke machine. And the screen, it can be both. It can be in pros and cons sort of section, and this review might be all over the place because I will be jumping in between points. I wrote them down, but new things keep popping up in my mind, so yeah, it might be all over the place. Another thing that I like, it has this clicky grip, but clickiness is not the main thing that I like. I like how short the spin is from one end to another. So if we have it here, you have less than full spin, and you are from one end to another one of needle length, how far it's out. And I find it pretty useful when it's packed. You don't have to like spin it and spin it and spin it. Now the main sales point, touchscreen. It has this cool animation, and once it's on it starts to run, which is a weird choice, but it's fine. Touchscreen is bright enough, and it's responsive, and it's also responsive when it's wrapped. And it has few cool features, like when you adjust voltage, you tap on a screen and then it shows you this option to choose increments, and you can choose to adjust voltage by 0.1 volt or 0.5 volts. And which is cool, when you choose 0.5, it's not like 6, 6.5, 7 and on. If you started at like 6.2, the next one would be 6.7, and then next one 7.3. So it starts at what voltage it sets once you start to change the voltages. And that is interesting, and that is something that I have not seen it in other machines. Is it a deal breaker? Probably not. You tap, you choose increments, and then you sort of slide up or down and change the voltage. But with the regular buttons, you can just hold on to button and it's gonna quickly run through the voltages. So it's not a deal breaker, it's just interesting feature that's there. And on display you can see everything you need. You have voltage, you have timer, and then there's these bars for like battery life. It also shows when pedal is connected. So it's kind of fun way to look at it. It reminds of some computer games where all the specs and life is integrated in character. Display is definitely nice to look at. Sometimes when I'm switching voltages, I will accidentally switch it on and off, sort of run it. Is it a downside? Probably not. Also keep in mind that I have a funky fingers, and my fingers are not small. I wear large to extra large gloves. But personally for me that would be maybe the thing that gets in the way for a screen this size. I wish it would be bigger, but it is what it is. And my idea where screen could have a future potential, I think, I don't know how these products work exactly, but let's say there's a firmware update, or in some future models on other tattoo machines, let's say we have a bigger screen, or even with screen this size, we introduce new gestures, let's say some swipe from left to right, or I don't know how this technology works, or some double tap, or instead of choosing increments we could choose like presets, and I would choose presets anytime before choosing increments. Let's say like we have on a critical torque where you adjust voltages, and then you have other buttons where you have presets. Let's say you have one on 6 volts for one type of work and another one on 10 for different type of work. And now before cons, or I would say kind of cons, let's look at this foot switch, and it's also compatible with one another tattoo machine by easy, at least for now. Maybe in the future there will be more machines that would be compatible with this little thing. First of all, the awesome stuff is that it comes with machine. You don't have to buy it extra, you buy this product and it's a package deal. When you work with it on a machine, you can switch modes. You can have the continuous mode where you just tap the pedal and it's running, or it's running as long as you hold on to it. That's also cool. You can change it that on a machine when it's connected. I don't remember on the go how to connect it. That's why I always keep this manual around. Just a little reminder to peek in to see how to connect them and how to change all the little things. Now this pedal itself is awesome. It's USB-C rechargeable and it have on-off switch. Now let's compare it to Critical's pedal. Size-wise, like difference is like this. Don't get me wrong, I love my Critical pedal and I like the size of it, but let's look at it from the feature perspective. This one needs batteries. To change batteries, you have to take it apart, you have to put new batteries in. This one you can just recharge. I like the bag pedals, and this one just fits in a machine bag. This one is a bit smaller and it would be probably easier to pack it. If you don't pack it, they both are nice. They have these non-slip bottoms and non-slip tops, but this one looks a bit rougher. Boom. And the main thing, I was putting down points for this episode and it just blew my mind. On-off button. Like, why this thing don't have it? Please, I couldn't find options on user manuals. So if you know how to kill this pedal so it's not working, please let me know in the comment section, and others also know. Because for example, you click it or you click it by accident and then it keeps on blinking. It will switch off, that's fine. But let's say you're traveling. How do you pack this thing? Where do you put it so it doesn't get pressed all the time? And I think it can drain battery. I might be wrong, maybe it's a minimal drainage, but if you travel somewhere and you set it up and then it's run out of batteries, you have to get batteries, you have to open it up, you have to change it. While this one, beforehand, you can just switch it off, you can kill it, and if anything, USB-C charging, so throw it on a charger and good to go. Not this in Critical, but their price can compare to this one, on-off switch would be awesome. Or you tell me the secret how to switch it off. I mean the Critical, not this one. This one is pretty obvious. And physical characteristics, it's kind of cute. It's size of computer mouse. And the texture, actually because of the texture, it looks like Frog would have a baby with the computer mouse. Boom. And now let's look into downsides. In the cons part, it's not like really a big downsides, but it's more like all that meh type of stuff. It's things that I personally don't like. I don't think they are kind of like really bad, but that's my personal preference. So first of all, I don't like machines that can roll, because I think that's not good for my nerve system. If machine can accidentally roll off the station and fall, and the more screens and the more fragile stuff is on there, the more things to worry about. Next thing that I don't dig that much is the way you adjust needle length, how much needle is out. I've seen it on machines like Mast. It's this system where when you adjust needle, it sort of moves this thing inside the grip so it comes in and out, and I don't like that system. I just think it's strange. I prefer where you can clip it into grip and then it adjusts it from there, like how far the plunger pushes it and all that stuff. And on that note, I also like grips that can be removed, and this one cannot be removed, or at least I haven't found a way. Again, I'm not saying it's necessarily bad, because back in the days we had this system from Cheyenne, which looks pretty similar, and you cannot take this thing apart. You can throw it in autoclave, but I don't know many tattooists that have done it. I have thrown this one in autoclave a bunch of times and it's fine. I don't think at this time and age it's really bad. For my peace of mind, I would prefer that I could remove a grip, clean it if I need be, throw it in an autoclave if I need be, and clean the insides if there's anything that needs to be cleaned, or at least I have more access for whatever to put, like some lube or something. And I can't think of any reasoning why would you make a tattoo machine without removable grip, because I'm just used to that you can remove them. But if you think about it, maybe it's fine. And for screen, it's nice, it's touch screen, but it's something you definitely have to get used to. And I feel safer with buttons. I just know where they are. I like that you can feel them. Again, not a deal breaker. And maybe it's just me being me, old cranky guy complaining about new technology. And those are my personal thoughts. Now let's fantasize of perfect tattoo machine, or more like perfect generic tattoo machine. So let's put these two together. This is the one I reviewed from the brand before, and this one is new one. Oh, And in my opinion, pretty good tattoo machine would be if these two became one and would have best characteristics from each other. So let's look at things that I like and explain why. As mentioned before, removable grip. But this grip it's on a heavier side, which I like. This grip is longer. So if they would sort of be two in one, then it would be really nice that you would have heavier grip that covers more of a machine and you can remove it to clean it. Which is nice, it covers more of the stuff and you can more safely clean it afterwards. And maybe there could be options for grip sizes, so standard size and a bigger size, which we see more and more in other tattoo machines. This part up on here, it's nice, so it prevents it from rolling. This design choice is interesting why they have that slanted part. Maybe it's for you to better to feel which way it's orientated, but I prefer this one better. And then since we have this thing here, this could be a good place for touchscreen. And it can also be a bigger screen, maybe with more options, with more like swipe options, with more areas where to touch it, or it could be same size, and what it would do, it could be a bit more sort of in. So if this falls flat, you would touch a screen. If it would be a bit more embedded, if it falls, there would be this border that would protect it. It don't have to be that tall because this one is bigger tattoo machine because of the battery capacity. This one is 5000 milliamps. This one is 1.8 and this one is significantly lighter, but I don't mind weight of this one. I just would like to see those combined features. And then we could have voltage adjustments, whatever increment adjustments, and as I mentioned before, presets would be very sweet. Obviously in regards touchscreens, I'm just guessing. I don't know how that technology works and how you can sort of map it to which part is responsible for what, but that's just me dreaming of a perfect tattoo machine. And another thing that would be really nice, and I know there are companies out there still doing it, if you would have an option to change stroke, maybe nothing dramatic, but few options like 2.8, 3 point something, 4.0 or around those numbers. And that would be in a way where you can change some inner cams so you have access to it and you can change them yourself, not at the cost of buying full machine. Like on Injectus you can buy like cams when you could buy them and find them that were like 30 US maybe, something like that. So that would be a nice option. What I picture in my mind is basically critical torque with adjustable cams and with a touchscreen. And I think with a touchscreen instead of buttons, it just might be one of those things like any new technology that scares tattoo artists. Many people don't like the new things, but if it's proved that it works and it has some nice features, I think it has a potential in the future. Especially if you can change its mapping with something like a firmware update. So in the future some new idea pops up, you update a thing and you have a whole new feature set. Or skins. You can put your logos, your skins, your numbers. That's also something that could be possible, like on those smartwatches. The more I speak out loud, the more ideas come to my mind, and that's why I like doing this. So sometimes just saying things out, you have those aha moments. In this situation, maybe it's not connected to reality, but still, we are theorizing. And the screens needs to be clean. Now, who this machine might be for? As a tattoo machine with 3.5mm stroke for everyone who's looking at that stroke. So it's kind of this nice mid-range stroke. For some reason I prefer 4 or 4.2, but depending on tattoo machine, now there are some that 3.5 is really nice, and this is definitely a nice one. As for the main sales point touchscreen, I don't think that's a deal breaker for anyone, unless somebody wants something nice to play around and something nice to look at. It could be also a nice present for somebody who already has the tattoo machine, and this could be like a backup one, or for somebody who's looking to get into wireless machines. But main thing, I think this would be really good for somebody who wants to get into wireless tattoo machine, and only thing that keeps them away is like not having pedal, because for many pedal is such a big part of their routine of how they work. They just can't do without it, even it takes a few weeks to get used to it, and sometimes you tap air where your pedal used to be. But for somebody whom this is a deal breaker, this is a really nice combination, and as a price it's not too expensive, so it's not such a big investment. If it doesn't work, you can try to sell it for discounted price, so it's not such a big loss. Like looking at other alternatives out there, $259, then you get discounts with our codes. And with all the discount codes, you get a tattoo machine and a pedal for less than $250 US, which I think is not a bad deal. And now you share your thoughts on this product, or if there's something obvious that I forgot to mention, so put it in the comment section so we all know what's up. And do the usual YouTube things, press likes. If you're super awesome, then share this video. Check all the links in video description. If you're shopping for this tattoo machine or any other tattoo products on Easy Webpage, Use our discount codes, use our links, and that way you support channel. Check out this video and stay safe, and I will see you in a future episode. Bye!